Tomorrow I go see Ackerman. It should be at State, Chattanooga State. I got his number. Let's see. That put me there at State. I could get it up to Burt's office somehow. And that'll do. I could do ABC State. Worry about how she's going to react. Because she's going to have it. Probably going to leave it. Drop it off. All right. ABC has an investigative agency. I was tortured out of being able to work. And then once I was out of work, I was tortured out of being a father and a husband. The kids are silently hurt, but my wife feels that I don't love her. And it's like the ultimate false light. It's inside your house. I don't wish to be those idiots on YouTube that do selfie videos about what they're going through, like Timothy trespass. He must not have evidence, or he must not have the will. I can attest to it. You just have to do it, and once you do it, it's easy to do it again. I have to give it to the Dalton police, or I have no reason to go to Chattanooga. I have to take care of me and mine here. And if they haul me away, I'll sue them, because no doctor believes it, except the rigged ones. And I've only come into contact with one who looks like Jack Elam on Cannonball Run. He threw his doctor's bag at me and then informed me that I wasn't leaving because I can't drive. So I said, would you leave the room so I can get my wife back here? She'll be back so she can witness this. And the only reason why I was so frantic and insistive on that is because I had a son of a bitch talking to me in my head and telling me what he's doing. See, that's the advantage. It's like Jesus Christ, you know. I mean, he became, what's the word? He descended to heaven, but he suffered great pain to know what he knew and be able to do what he did. That's my curse almost. See, half the stuff I write, I've had to back it up out loud with visual evidence or timestamp. Most of the stuff's backed up with timestamp too. So, you know, the first year, 2 years, I had to rely on empirical, what we call empirical scientific evidence, to convince her. And I think I'm harder on myself about it. She's definitely harder on herself and me than she needs to be. I guess this is for her. I'm making this for her. I don't know. I mean, to find your wife scanned and then to try to get it off you so you get it off her. I mean, if I live 5 years and I can see justice, it might be worth it to save your life. I don't know what happened. I don't know who I ran into that wanted this done to me. I had the biggest problem, by the way, it's called auditory hallucination. Well, it's simulation, silent speech, monitoring. In other words, when you project a worded thought, imagine speech up in the top of your head when you read. He can read it, the guy that's surveilling me. It's part of a new polygraph technique, which is soon to be outlawed. It's going to be the new Nuremberg. I want it that way because I was victimized so easily. And it victimized you. And I could go through that wall. I don't think that a bullet would stop me right now. I'm so wanting to tear into this man. So I have to project the anger at the ones that have given me their empirical collusion in the store. And George Jackson he said it's me before I knew what was on me. The only thing I knew was that the guy touched my testicle and they were making my testicle feel like it was going to explode. Had no infection. I had no, the doctor hadn't heard of anything like that. He thought I was kidding. I called it an alien, like an egg. It's about to hatch. Before I got in the tub, they said that somebody ordered up a ruptured a testicle. So it's somebody that I know that I can ID. So it's that simple. It goes in waves. If I have a good story, they're afraid it's going to go to the police, and they know they can't control it like they have the 2 times, they get angry. If I disperse 10 copies, if I walk in there, hand it to whoever's there and say, I need y'all to look at this, I'm here. Okay? They can't stop it. So that's what I have to do. It's a tactic I developed. I was going to disperse it all over the city of Chattanooga, but that might, in the interest of justice, I don't want to have to resort to frontier justice just yet, because if they walk, which there's so many charges, I don't think they'll be able to. I mean, on delivering Ethan pornography, targeting his device when he's in there, making us have to watch him, poisoning his mind, I think we get 50 years. So I want 50 years for the people that stalked Ethan or Nicholas, for what happened with Nicholas's sister's friend, and also how they targeted our devices, or our children's device that we give them for their education and enjoyment, and then DCS'd them. I want DCS on them for it, if it is DCS. So I guess I got to find joy somehow. I mean, I can't go another 48 hours and do nothing, so I sat around here this weekend trying to just deal with it. And that's what it's like. I mean, when I'm sitting in here 8 hours, I'm sitting in here 8 hours with no noise, nothing. I mean, that's not right. Nothing's happening. I'm just on my phone, just reading about it. I'm trying to find all the evidence I can get. I'm trying to find a case in Tennessee where it was applied. Not that it was misused, but I found where it was used. And he was scanned. He was scanned at Middle Tennessee Hospital. So I got it. So I gave up. I found what I wanted. So now nobody can tell me, I doubt they'll do that. Well, doubt it after you don't find it, but make certain you have 3 doctors there, because we're going through the scientific method this time around. Got kidnapped. Got sent to Peachford. They didn't listen to my doctor, who is a psychologist, and who's going to tell them that's not needed. There's a misunderstanding. And then, of course, my phone's controlled. So they die the battery down with magnetic energy. That's why my battery goes down. They also hit the USB cable. They have wireless charging now for iDevices. I can't use one. I can, I have to kiss the guy's ass so I can watch a movie. It's a pay as you play kind of thing here. The cost of living went up, he says. I'm getting him. He's scared. He's scared as shit. He fucks with me tonight. I might just call him and just do it, because he knows I'm doing it. He's just kept me up for 3 days. So should you go to the hospital because the son of a bitch thinks he wins, because he can put somebody over there and jab you with a needle and then say, now you got AIDS? I mean, that's what was going on over there. So we need Oxenhandler. We went to their party. You didn't know it at the time, but she made a sexually suggestive comment. She made a murderous comment that Oxenhandler knew the people that involved with contracting out the radiology imaging, but they do it in full trust of law enforcement. And I don't think that Oxenhandler knew, or Ginger Oxenhandler knew, that I knew them, because I didn't bring them up. I mean, everybody has a right to live privately. I mean, I'm not going to badmouth them. I badmouth what Beverly told me, because she told me to lie to the judge. And I just lost all respect. I lost respect for the whole thing for 3 months. And you know what? I quit wanting their respect. When I quit wanting their respect, it was when I realized they were having me stalked and run out of Cleveland when I was the most happiest in my life. And then after this year, I want to see when I'm dead or hurt, ruined. I'm sorry, I just don't have any compassion left. I want to have Ethan locked up until he talks, until somebody gives somebody up. He won't be there long, but I mean, I could go do it. So I don't know how I can do this. I might ask you, but one thing's for certain, after you understand it, however I get it communicated to you, I need help. You'll understand, I know. You got a 17-year-old son who hides it from you and me that he knows, but tells me, naturally, sorry, hides it from Terrell and Vicky, further alienating us. And I think Stephanie blames Steve Carney on some of the stalking issues I was having because it couldn't be denied. It was on YouTube. Of course, Carney may be the ultimate scapegoat, or he may be the ultimate fodder for these maniacs. But I'm feeling them. I think I'm getting closer to the source. If you know a cop, you can probably sneak somebody into the corrections department downtown, which is where the courthouse is, Market Walnut. That might be where it is. There's a hospital there. The whole fourth floor, I think, has been converted, and not only that, I got chipped there. Oh, by the way, if I'm dead, pull it out of my left hand and just end your speculation. I haven't done that yet. I can't. If I can't go get that done, it's just not, I don't have the energy. It's like I'm dying of AIDS or something. It's like I have no strength when I need it. I get it sometimes and it's not there. I imagine it's there. I don't know who we did in. I mean, when somebody's trying to put drugs in your car and they blow it in the store because they're trying to get you to turn your back, what they were trying to do was make false witness out of what's called a machine. It's 4 officers and they have a job. They all work together in unison. They stalk that way. I've grown to be amused by it because they're so unprofessional. But what they did was they were so obvious they were trying to distract me. And I saw the guy approach my car, so I clicked the white Toyota's lock button, which blinked the lights, and he backed away from it. So the other guy who tried to distract me in the store walked out and went to his car, which was parked on the other side of the Toyota, and grabbed the bag of drugs. And he was told to back away. And the guy pointed at the car. And this guy threatened you, not knowing you. And that was in May, I think, 2015. He said, appreciate her, and walked out, like I'd done something to him. There's also a guy named Coleman. Lee Coleman and Kevin Dixon and Roy Webb were the early beavers to know in January 2014 when this suddenly happened. And they're gone. My goal is to get them locked up by tomorrow night. If I do it, then I've accomplished more than I thought, and that's just by handing it in open faced.